Hello there, folks. Name's Blip, and this is my first video because I wanted to talk about Avalugg. So anyway, I present to you In Defense of Avalugg. So just some overall information about Avalugg is that it has been PU every generation since its release, though it did have a niche in Gen 6 OU. So why is this Pokemon not very good? Well, the first thing that's often blamed for it not being great is its ice typing. Ice typing is considered quite horrible defensively, with 4 weaknesses to fire, rock, steel, and fighting, and the fact that it only resists ice, which not exactly great defensively. However, what I'd like to consider more for the reason of its failure is its poor special defense of only 46. In fact, when people run Avalugg, they often completely max out the special defense stat because its defense and HP are so high uninvested. So why do I think Avalugg is good? Well, the most noticeable thing is its incredible defense of 184 being one of the highest defense stats in the game. It also has a workable HP stat of 95, as well as decent moves in Recover, Iron Defense, Body Press, and just kind of whatever fourth move you want to throw on. I don't particularly think any of these are that good. Maybe Rapid Spin, depending on what your team is, depends on what that fourth move is going to be. It also has the highest defense of any Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. If I sort by defense, it's Avalugg and Avalugg Hisui, which is pretty good considering it's decent 95 HP. Not decent, it's pretty good. It also has some pretty good moves. Here we have, as I was saying, Recover, Iron Defense, Body Press, and Rapid Spin. And when it comes to having a bad ice typing, once again, I think it's the special defense. Because when you have a defense stat this high, particularly when you have defense boosting nature, you can shrug off most physical attacks with them dealing only like 20% and just recover off of it. That's why I think that Avalugg is overall pretty good. This, of course, does not mean that it's usable in OU. Reason number 1, Garganacl, which is basically perfected Avalugg. HP gets a slight increase, that's not exactly important. Defense gets a huge decrease, but pretty much all of that stat goes into special defense, which is, in my opinion, what Avalugg really wants. This makes it overall really bulky on both sides. Combined with Iron Defense and Body Press creates for a setup sweeper, along with Recover to heal, Purifying Salt to protect it from status conditions, and Sulk here being incredibly annoying for chipping down whatever you send out to deal with it. Garganacl has everything that Avalugg wants, except for a good defensive typing. So is Avalugg usable in OU? No. In OU we also have Donza, which is an incredible physical defender, with the incredible ability Unaware, which means that you can't set up on this Pokemon, you can't use a setup sweeper to deal with this Pokemon. Has a massive HP stat, and a workable defense stat, which means Avalugg really isn't that useful in Scarlet and Violet OU. When I look to UU, the main combination I see is Alomomola, Fortress, and Orthworm, all having good defense or HP. All of them serve a slightly different role from Avalugg. Let me pull them up real quick. So we have Alomomola, who seems to be overall maybe like a Calm Minesweeper, but more so a support Pokemon with like Wish and Healing Wish and Regenerator. Doesn't have a great defense, but has really good HP. So it doesn't necessarily outclass Avalugg, but might be better in many situations. Orthworm, you're using it for Shed Tail. It has good defense, workable enough HP. Isn't great, but it has a much better defensive typing and Steel. I don't think it really gets any recovery moves looking at this, so you're going to have to switch into Steel type moves to heal. Fortress has really good defense, decent HP, great typing and Bug Steel, only weak to fire, but neither of these abilities are really fantastic, and I don't think this gets any reliable recovery either, though it does get plenty of good moves. So, when we move down to RU, this is where Avalugg really shines. When we look at the Pokemon in RU, let me clear that real quick and move down to RU. This tier is still getting sorted out, but the main combination is really Titan. When I was looking through Pokemon based on HP and defense, Titan really stood out as having good HP. Not great defense, but really good HP, meaning it could serve some competition to Avalugg, but really, if you're looking for a physical defender, like just a sole physical defender in RU, try Avalugg. It might be pretty good. However, where I think Avalugg is the best is in Monotype. In Monotype, it's all about being able to shrug off physical attack. Super effective attacks, not physical attacks. It's about being able to shove off those super effective attacks that are going to hit everything on your team. Avalugg can do that fantastically. Has, once again, probably the highest overall physical defense in the game, or just physical bulk, because it does have the highest physical defense in the game, combined with good HP. as well as the fact that it can body press off of 184 base defense, which, to put into perspective, nope, not that. When we look at one of the most threatening physical attackers in the game, it only has 180 attack. It's not the most apt comparison, but it can still throw off some pretty powerful attacks, particularly with iron defense boosting. It will often only take 25-ish% from physical attacks, which, as I said, it can just recover to heal off. Now, when we ignore just the Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, Avalugg gets a fair bit worse. It's outdefensed by Shuckle, Stack Attacker, Regirock, and Steelix. However, all those Pokemon have much lower HP and no reliable recovery, meaning Avalugg still is an overall niche. It's, once again, completely outclassed by these two, particularly Garganacl, which is just perfected Avalugg. And Dondozo just being a fantastic Pokemon, it's not usable in OU, but I'd say in just about any other tier, just any tier that doesn't have these two Pokemon in it, Avalugg could be worth a shot to try. So, if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to thank you for actually watching this. If there is anyone watching this. I don't know if I want to make any more videos. I might make one on Hisuian Avalugg, depending on how I feel, and why Hisuian Avalugg is awful. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it and give me some feedback in the comments. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.